Hi everyone, I'm Mark West. I'm Vice Chair of the Isliptown Democrats, and today we're going to be talking about petitioning. And this is going to be really an explanation of what the petitioning process is all about. If you're running to be a Town of Islip County member of the county committee in Suffolk County, you'll be needing to get signatures in order to become what we refer to as an elected committee person. So the petition is divided into three sections. The top section, which we can discuss first, is the whole purpose of the petition. In this case, it's basically, why am I signing this? Who am I signing this for? And that information is at the top of this petition, and as a candidate, you're the one who has to fill this in. So it's going to be you as the candidate up here on the left side of the petition. There's room for two names, because each election district allows for the election of up to a maximum of 2 committee people per election district. It's okay if just one person's running. You don't have to run with an additional person. So on this, you would need to place first on the left side your name. And your name as it appears in the voter registration books. Now, each of you going out there has probably been given what is referred to as a walk book. And a walk book would have the names of all the registered voters in that election district. So where your name needs to go in this upper left column, and it needs to go exactly the way it appears in your voter registration books that you have, your walk book. Now, you may be using an electronic method of gathering signatures, for example, something like Minivan or Reach. If you're using something like an app like that, you can look up and find your name exactly as it should be. For example, my name is Mark West, but I'm registered as Mark D. West, my middle initial for Douglas. I don't want to just put Mark West here. I don't want to put Mark Douglas West here. I want to put the exact Mark D. West as it appears in the voter registration. In the middle is your election district number. So I'll be running in election district, Isliptown's election district 134. So 134 is the number I'll be filling in the middle section here. And finally, on the right side of the page is your address. Now, that should also be a match for exactly the way it appears in your voter registration books. My case, 58 Canterbury Drive, Hauppauge, 11788. The New York was already pre-printed here, so you don't have to do the NY there. Finally, you'll notice on the far left side, far right side, I'm sorry, Islip Town. The town is already pre-printed, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that's the top part of the petition. Now we go to the meat of it, getting the signatures. When you go out to get signatures, you're not going to be carrying just one petition. This would be your own petition. But we have candidates running for Congress, state Senate, state Assembly, and you'll need to carry for them as well. So you'll be asking a voter probably to sign in 3, 4, maybe as many as 5 different places. As you can imagine, if a voter has to sign with a date, a signature, and an address 4 or 5 times, oftentimes they look a little bit like, do I really want to do this? So the good news is this. The only thing a voter has to do is actually sign their name. You could fill out all the rest of the information. So all you're asking them to do is just sign each page, sign your page. Once they've done that, tell them, oh, by the way, I have a sheet here for our congressional candidate. Tell them who that is. For most of the town of Islip, it's Jackie Gordon running in the 2nd Congressional District. State Senate, we have 2 in town of Islip, right? We have incumbent Monica Martinez. We have Christine Pellegrino. It's going to be one or the other, and then a number of state assembly candidates. Those will probably likely be petitions you'll have. All you need to do is get them to sign their name on each of the pages. Now, a tip to the wise on this. When you leave their door, you don't want to wait and get a whole bunch of signatures and then go home only to find out, oh my goodness, signatures are illegible. I can't remember what address or whatever that person was at. So my tip to the wise on this is, after you leave the person's doorstep and you go back to your car to drive on to the next home, or if you're walking to the next home, at that point, take the minute to fill out on just the first page their address and the date. And this way, if it's on the first page, now you can just easily later on at home reference that page with that signature on all the other pages they signed. It's very easy that way, and you won't get confused. The only other thing is I want to talk about on the signatures at this point is errors. Please do not panic. You may have collected 5, 10 signatures on here. Suddenly a mistake is made. Somebody signs who shouldn't have signed. They make a mistake with it, whatever. It doesn't ruin the petition. Simply and calmly take a line, a straight line, right through that line and initial it. And then have them sign the next available line. It's that basic, that easy, okay? Once you are done with all your petition gathering, and this could take place over many days. You know, we started doing this as early as February 25th. That may have been the date of your first signature on here. But you may keep going until March 5th, March 10th, whatever. That's your last signature. Well, now it's time to go to the bottom of the signature page to what is called the witness statement. And in the witness statement, the last date becomes a very important item because there's a place for you to sign as the witness. You need to print your name again as you did as a committee person, exactly as it appears in the voter book, and your address exactly as it appears in the voter book, and the total number of signatures on that page. So this has room for 20 signatures. You may have only gotten 10 on it, 5 on it. You may have gotten all 20. You may have filled up the 20, but you have 1 or 2 crossouts, so maybe the total number is really 19 or 18. But whatever that real number is when you add it up goes into that spot in the witness statement. Total number of signatures is what they're looking for, only for that one sheet. Okay. After you do that, you've dated it. The date should be the date of the latest signature to sign on your list. Not the earliest, not one of the middle dates, but the final latest date that you have on that list. That's the date you use, and you sign your signature, and it's fully witnessed. At that point, the sheet's done and ready to be turned into your coordinators who go back to our county committee where they're going to check for any other errors, correct anything that they can correct. It's a process they call scrubbing. And then they'll submit it to the Board of Elections for you. And provided that no more than 2 people ask to run for committee person, you're elected. Congratulations.